Sunrise Day Camp is the only camp in California that is designated specifically for children with cancer and their siblings. It's an amazing opportunity for these kids to have a sense of normalcy and be a kid again.
I was fortunate enough to go see the original Sunrise in upstate New York. I spent a day there. The question was asked to me, do you see any sick children? And the answer was no, I couldn't find one. And I knew that if that's the case, then we should be doing it here. The fact that there is no other Sunrise camp west of Chicago, it was a message to us that we had to be the leader in having it here in Los Angeles and Orange County.
Our generous hospital, Children's Hospital Los Angeles, our social worker let us know that this camp was available to our kiddos, and when we reached out, we were overjoyed that this was an option.
So we were at the hospital and they had mentioned that there were some camps, and then Taylor mentioned from Child Life and Other Children's that there was a new camp starting that actually originated in New York.
So we learned it from our social worker, and Scarlett has a very strong personality, so when she heard about that, she was very persistent that she was only going to go if her cousins were able to go. So we emailed Sunrise Day Camp, and luckily they said yeah, so then we were able to send all 4 of them together, and they honestly created the best memories.
We found out it through Chalk Children's Hospital when my son was going to some of his appointments. You guys had the big banners up. And so we asked his doctor, since he recently had a bone marrow transplant, if he could come. And they said, yeah, he was allowed to come because you guys had an oncology team that would watch him. So.
I think this program gives a child a chance to be one of the guys, one of the girls, just be one of the kids on the block. And that's all they want. They just want to be one of the other kids.
One of the most impactful things that I would say that I noticed through the summer is during morning drop-off. I literally see parents' shoulders drop as they turn and walk away after they've dropped off their kid or children at Sunrise Day Camp. And what this shows is that they trust us. They're bringing their kids to a fun and safe environment where they know that their kids are surrounded by other kids that are going through the same things that they're going through. And to know that they're just having a good time and to feel that that trust is really empowering. And many of our parents have also said that this is the first time in a long time they've been able to breathe easier.
Yeah, so I got to meet some of the camp staff just at the beginning when I was signing the forms at the hospital, which already made me feel like they were really reaching out. It was great to see the facility. It got the kids really excited to see how cool and state of the art. We're not from money, so some of the camps they've gone to previously aren't as nice as this camp. So they were really excited. We actually said they're going to be spoiled with this camp moving forward.
It's the first time, I think, since he's been diagnosed when he was 3 that he gets a sense of normalcy. But since he's been here, you can see the little kid that he always should have been, It's really cool to see both of them get to interact and make all these friends they come home and talk about. All the counselors that are here, they talk about all of them. I wish they were this excited for school, honestly.
I think it brought them a lot closer together. They were able to make the best memories, and I think the best part for me was picking them up, and every single day, one of them was always saying, "This was the best day ever. This was the best day ever," and it was like that throughout the entire campus. So to see that was a beautiful thing.
We have quite a financial burden in general during this journey, and so to have that lifted is invaluable. And I just thank you from the bottom of our hearts for taking care of our kiddos and providing such incredible staff who love them like their own to make this such a fun experience for them.
I am so grateful that Sunrise Day Camp opened their doors in our community here in Southern California. They truly are the missing piece of healing that allowed our kids who are usually isolated the opportunity to experience sunshine, friends, and fun this summer.
Sunrise is completely free of charge. So there is no cost from transportation to a full 7-week-long summer day camp. And this also includes our additional programs of Sunrise on Wheels, where we go to the hospitals that we partner with and bring camp activities into the inpatient and outpatient units.
It's easy. Any one of us could have a child who needs Sunrise Camp. You never know. It could be your child, your grandchild, a nephew or a niece. And if you were the one that had a child who needed care and needed attention, you would want Sunrise Camp. So you never know. So help others, because they can't help themselves sometimes.
Okay, so my favorite part of camp was probably making the bouncy balls.
Jackson?
My favorite part of camp was when we had water play and when we made the slingshot.
My favorite thing was the foam pit, and I like singing the songs.
Mine was the foam pit and making the bouncy balls.
Kai, our sweet little 5-year-old, has been battling brain cancer for 4.5 years, and he is overjoyed to come every single day, which is so incredible.
The first day I remember crying when I dropped off the boys because they had all the bubbles and the music and all the fun happening, and I remember thinking like it was just beautiful, and they just had really hard time, so having that beautiful welcome ceremony made, like, the kids were super excited, and I wasn't sure that Dash was going to want to go on the days that Declan couldn't go because he had a treatment. But Dash, after he had already said, like, previously he was like, I don't think I'm going to want to go when Declan doesn't go. And then after that first day, he was like, I want to go every day. How long? He didn't want to stop going.
2 of my kids went to this camp, and they have nothing but good things to say about all the activities they offer on a daily basis. My 5-year-old Joseph's favorite activities were the carnival, meeting Blippi, and drawing with chalk with all his friends and counselors. My 11-year-old Joshua's favorite activities were the obstacle courses, scooters, inflatable slides, having popsicles daily at the end of the day, and the Halloween costume contest. Both my kids made new friends at camp. They saw a lot of familiar faces from our treating hospital, but came home every day talking about all their new friends they got to play with. I would 10/10 recommend Sunrise Day Camp to other families. I understand the initial hesitation not having heard of this camp before, and also wondering if we should send our kids who have fought or are currently still fighting cancer. My son Joshua still has a port and is 6 months out of his most current treatment. He had a missed count for a doctor's appointment on average once a week, and he was so sad to miss and couldn't wait to go back the next day. And this speaks volumes for Joshi because he's usually a homebody.
And just, specifically for Dash, who isn't diagnosed, but I feel like as a sibling and a little kid, sometimes that gets, people don't look at that, right? Like, Declan gets a lot of attention. People are like, okay, you're the hero, all of that. But Dash is watching his older brother struggle. And that really hits him emotionally, and having this was just so good for him emotionally and mentally, and I'm very focused on mental health, and I feel like it really was a really good thing for him to have.
To me, I was like, the first year I was like, oh my God, I called them almost in tears, and I was like, oh my God, I feel so much love coming from these people. It was amazing dropping them off and seeing how they each one was greeted, and hey, how are you, and this and that, and then picking them up and seeing their faces like, we're gonna be here tomorrow. I think it was just a blessing, a blessing to our families.
But it's such a big deal and such an honor for him to come here and just get to be what a normal kid should have been. And we're very thankful for it.